So he's actually inviting us to kind of like back up against the flame and sort of lean into it, almost like if it's a cold day in your house and you can kind of lean against your heater and feel the heat on your back. He's inviting us to do that. So you can sort of like feel the heat on your back, the heat of this flame. And it's a really like pleasant, warm heat, whatever temperature is best for you. And it's clearing out the back of the heart, the back of the throat, the back of the crown chakra, and the back of your tailbone. So it's almost like as we lean back against this circle of blue-white flame, it's like clearing out the whole back of our chakra system. Ooh, had a lot of energy moving through my throat all day. Okay, yep, so he's going to work with our throat chakra as well. And he's going to work with each of you individually on the throat chakra. Not so much to help you speak your truth, but to help you know your truth. Because we're starting to dig into some really deep truths right now. And oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me, Faith. And oh, I'm glad you can feel the heat, Mom. Yeah, cool. We're digging into some deep truths right now, like deeper than we've ever gone in this life, certainly, and probably many other lives. Like we're in an energy of deep truth and deep transformation right now. So he's working with our throat chakras to help us. Okay, and he's connecting the throat chakra with the heart chakra to help us know and feel our truth, and for that truth to be coming from our heart rather than our brain, because sometimes the heart's truth and the brain's truth is different. But what we want to connect with now is the heart truth. Okay, so he's showing us, okay, so it looks like he's showing us our hearts as like blue hearts, kind of like out in front of our chests. Like it's almost like the heart is formed by angel wings. Oh, it's really pretty. That's cool. He's saying, give your heart wings. Let your heart fly. I don't know what that means exactly, but that's what he's saying. What does that mean? He's shaking his head at me. He's like, your heart knows. Your brain doesn't need to know. Your heart knows. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's just take a few really deep breaths, ground into our physical forms, our bodies. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your butt on whatever you're sitting on. In and out. Okay, and I'm seeing as we breathe in, it's like this blue heart, this blue angel wing heart is activating. And then as we breathe out, this blue-white flame of Archangel Michael is moving up our sternum, through our throat, and we're breathing out this white flame, this white-blue flame. So heart expands. Breathe out this blue-white flame. And because he's saying this light, this healing, heating light is as much yours as it is mine. So I always think of this light that we open each circle with, and that I use a lot when I'm clearing, and just the light that I associate Archangel Michael with. He's saying this light is as much yours, is as much ours as it is his. And so there's a it's at our center, at our core, and we can breathe it and be it and feel it expanding in our chest. And we can breathe out this Archangel Michael light, which is really, really feels very profound and very beautiful, because of course Archangel Michael he's a protector. He helps us feel safe and loved. And I sort of think of him as like the father figure to the Mother Mary, mother figure, right or wrong. That's sort of how I see it. I also sometimes sort of see him as like the bouncer, just keeping us really safe energetically, but he's also very, very loving and protecting. So it's really beautiful to think of breathing that out into the world and just letting that overflow from your heart help the world feel safe and loved. So just breathe with that. Feel your heart activating this blue angel wing heart, and feel the light and the warmth and the love and the protection as you breathe it out. And know that this isn't something you have to download or call in and then breathe out. It's in you. It's at your core. Because we are at our core made of the same stuff as Archangel Michael is. Protectors of the human race. Interesting. Okay. Whew. I'm really feeling that in my heart. Just keep breathing with that. The election just popped in, the election that's happening in the US today. I'm not sure if that's because I was on Twitter before the session or if that's actually part of the session, so let me check. Okay, yeah, so if you choose, if this feels good, you can imagine this Archangel Michael light that we've just really activated in our hearts and throats and breath, and you can imagine sending that light, that protection, that love, that safety to everyone who is voting, everyone who is running, everyone these elections are affecting. And just sending that really pure angelic light to help fuel them, soothe them, nurture them, protect them. Only if this feels right. It feels like this might feel right to a few of you, might not feel right to a few of you. So just really listen to yourself. Because again, this isn't, we're not downloading and sending out. This is coming from us. So, if you really feel like your cup is overflowing right now, you feel like the energy is really just flowing out of you, then you can imagine sending it out. But if you're feeling a little bit more like you need to keep your energy a bit closer, keep your energy really protected, really boundaried, then maybe don't do that or do that in a different way. So just really feel into that for you. But also the energy of this session is moving out and supporting that process. Not from like a Democratic or Republican standpoint, but from a highest good of all standpoint, spiritual standpoint. Okay. Hi, Archangel Michael. What's up? It's so interesting because he's such a part of our sessions. He's more a part of our sessions than, any of the others regularly because he always draws the circle for us. But he's always sort of in the background. I always sort of see him like standing against the corner or just kind of like hanging out like a bouncer. So when he like really steps forward, it's interesting. It's like, oh, hi. Okay, so what have you got for us? Okay, boundaries. Yep, we're going to do some work with boundaries. Heart boundaries, energy boundaries, vocal boundaries, like being able to speak your boundaries. Okay, so he's saying all boundaries are set up for the highest good of you and the highest good of all. So you can trust that. And so he's working with each of our hearts. Okay, now he's working with our auras, our energetic space, our energetic boundaries. He's working with each of us. It's almost like he's like closing up holes or like stitching things together, or just working with your energy to stop any leaks, clearing some cords. Okay, now he's working with our throats and our brains so that we can speak healthy boundaries as needed. He's saying this one's going to take a little longer. So give him some more water. Okay, feels like he's going to keep working on that. So, oh, the dragons just flew by. I found this really great picture on Facebook or Twitter or one of these places of a dragon asleep in a tree, and I just loved it. I'll try to remember to post it in the group because it just like makes me happy. It's really sweet. Okay, still working with our ability to speak healthy boundaries. It's just energy work that's happening right now. Oh God, so much throat stuff happening just all day. Okay, not done yet. Are we supposed to rest? Are we supposed to do something else? What are we doing here? He's like, give it a minute. So yeah, just breathe. Breathe with whatever it is that's happening in your energy or your body. If anything's kicking up in your brain, you can drop it into your heart, drop it into the ground. We didn't do any specific grounding today, but it feels like we're each kind of rooted. It feels like I'm almost seeing each of us grounded to the earth as if we were trees, which is interesting. I haven't seen that before. It's like this is a watery energy, but also a very rooted energy. Yeah, the energy actually feels really good tonight. It feels like everybody's pretty grounded. Oh, okay. So, and now I'm seeing, usually I'll see the like just the grounding cord, like a cord of light, but now I'm seeing it like a tree, like as I said, like we're grounded like a tree, rooted. But now the tree is, before it was brown like a tree, and now it's lighting up with this white blue light. It's like it's glowing. So it's like we are rooted with this glowing heavenly light, which is really interesting. Oh, interesting. So he's saying that he's activating our angelic DNA and helping us connect to the earth with this more angelic light. He's saying this is where you can create instantaneously. This is where you can tap into peace. This is where you can shift out of fear and into peace or love very quickly, like on a dime. So if you find yourself feeling fearful or worried or scared or miserable or sad, or whatever the feeling is that comes up, you can transmute it instantly by imagining this blue-white tree grounding you. I'm not sure if that image quite translates, but feeling this tree-like angelic energy rooting you into the, okay, it's the 5D earth. That makes sense. It's like that will immediately shift you back into the peace and love that you are, you know. And he's saying it's not spiritual bypassing, you know. And of course, if there is something in the sadness or the grief or the fear that needs to be felt, needs to be tended to, you will do that, but you won't be stuck in the kind of 3D cycle with it that most of us are fairly used to. So it feels like this is a really good image energy to work with in that way. Because it will, so what it does is when we visualize that, when we see that, when we see ourselves rooted with that, I'm going to call it an angel tree. When we see ourselves rooted into the earth via the angel tree, we are connected fully to 5D earth. And of course, in the 5D energy, you know, fear doesn't exist in the same way. Worry doesn't exist in the same way. Pain doesn't exist in the same way. It's still, you know, on some level, it still exists because we're still human. I'm still not quite sure how to explain that. It's like, we'll dip in and out of it a little bit, but we don't stay there. He's saying it's okay. It doesn't need to be clear because this is an experiential thing. And as we play with these tools and images and the things that I channel and the things that you channel and the things that you receive from other channels, as we play with all of these different things, wow, I don't think I've ever looked over here before. I'm always looking that way. Interesting. But as we play with all of these tools, images, energies, we'll learn. We'll, how do you even learn? We don't need to learn. We'll remember what it's like to live in this fifth dimensional energy. Because it's available now. It had been kind of flickering in and out for months, but it feels like it's fully, oh, I didn't know that. It's like it's fully available now. It's like 5D has landed. It is fully available for us to tap into. It doesn't mean we won't still flicker in and out. Especially when we read about politics, but the 5D is officially available, and we can tap in with the angel tree. I hope that makes sense. Cool. Thanks, Archangel Michael. Whew. Okay. He's showing me this, you know, he had the blue heart in front of our hearts with the angel wings, and he's showing me those blue hearts kind of flying away, flying off and like doing things. What are you showing me? What are these hearts doing? Okay. It's like you can send these hearts. The phrase that's coming through is to do your bidding, which sounds a little witchy, which sounds a little like, you know, the Wicked Witch of the West with her flying monkeys, and that's not quite what it is. Okay, so what does this mean? That we can send these little angel flying hearts off to do our bidding? It's like they can help us manifest things, but that's not quite it, because it's like the energy of manifestation has shifted, so the way that we talk about it isn't quite accurate anymore. Or like okay. Okay. WTF, help. Okay, he's telling me to drop my brain into my heart because I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so he's showing me the little hearts. He's showing me, I'll just kind of, maybe we can figure this out together. I'll just walk you through the vision here. So he's showing me little hearts like landing in trees, or I'm seeing one on like a zebra and one on a giraffe. And he's sort of comparing them to the owls of Harry Potter. Like, oh, this is like telepathic communication. Okay, cool. So what does that mean? It feels like he's showing me something new here, something I'm not familiar with. If any of you get any clues, please feel free to pop them in. We're just gonna play with this until it comes clear. Okay, so if this is about not just telepathic communication. Okay, so it feels like it has something to do sort of with manifestation, sort of with soul communication, sort of with telepathic communication. It almost feels like these little angel hearts, angel wing hearts. I keep doing this. That means angel wing heart. It feels like this is almost like a midpoint between our higher self and our human self, if that makes sense. It's not connected to our body. What the? Is this something I'm going to get tonight? Are we going somewhere that's going to be helpful? What are we doing here? Okay, he's having me put my brain back into my heart. Okay. It feels like he's trying to show us something that's going to be possible soon, something that is going to come clearer. It feels like we're able to get this far because of the big energetic shifts that just happened recently over the past week or so. But it feels like maybe we still need another few energetic shifts to like fully grasp it. So he's sort of embedding, Archangel Michael with your higher self, it's like they're embedding whatever this is into our hearts so that it can come clear and really blossom in the right timing. But it does feel like it has something to do with creating as our divine self, as our higher self in our human body. It feels like it has some, manifestation. It feels like it has something to do with communicating telepathically, which is something that I've heard other people channel is coming, with the oneness, being able to communicate in different ways. I've never personally channeled that, but it feels like this is something like that. So basically, it feels like he's helping to root this into our heart and our energy to help it be able to unfold in the right timing. Is there something else we can get today that would be helpful? Because it feels like we were going somewhere and maybe he backed off a little bit because I was getting frustrated because I couldn't figure it out. Okay. Okay, a new system is integrating, a new system of communication and creation. It's more angelic than human. And so we do still need some upgrades, and he's given us a few of those tonight, but we do still need some upgrades that will be received as we sleep from the energy that's downloading, from the next session, from other work that you do, both inwardly and receive from other people. Just everybody's receiving exactly what they need to get to this place. You know, you don't need to worry about that or be like, oh God, something else to do. But it's like an angelic system is going to be available to us fairly soon. Cool. And we'll be communicating from our hearts. The mind will still have something of a role with it, but a different role. We'll be communicating from our hearts. We'll be communicating more telepathically and energetically. And of course, we're all very sensitive. And so we already, to some extent, communicate energetically and telepathically, but maybe we don't understand fully or know exactly what it all is, or we have to work really hard to understand what it is. It's going to become seamless. It's going to become effortless. It's going to become joyful. That's cool. Okay, saying you're ready, just let, you know, the energy roll through you. And that's when the energy feels great and high and exciting. And that's when the energy feels low and sticky and no fun. Just let it's all moving you forward. But the forward is a spiral. Like it's, you know, like time is a spiral. And the forward motion is a spiral. So sometimes it feels like you're moving forward. Sometimes it feels like you're moving back, but you're always moving up the spiral. So he's saying the message we can take from this is just roll with the energy, roll with what shows up. You are all perfectly placed to receive exactly what you need to be able to embody this system. System seems like the best word. This system. Almost like we're beta testers, you know, like, I don't know. I suspect when the first iPhone came out, Apple gave the first iPhones to like 30 people on their staff and was like, all right, show us what the bugs are, show us how this works, play with it. And so it's like we're, along with other people on the earth, are going to be beta testers for this system, and we're going to learn how to use it, play with it, manifest with it, create with it, communicate with it. And then as we kind of learn how it works, it will move out to other people. I did not expect the session to go here. I don't know what's going on, but this is cool. It sounds fun to me. And it feels like this is still, you know, this is still sort of a ways off. But it's like whatever big shifts just happened got us this much closer, so we can even, you know, just start to touch it a little bit. Cool. Well, thanks. That'll be fun. I'd like to play with that. And so he's saying if you'd like to play with it, you can just connect with this little angel heart. If you can see this, the little heart, blue heart he gave us with the little angel wings. You can just connect with this. You can see it in front of your heart the way he showed it to us initially. And the way it sort of started flying off, you can send yours flying off and just see where it goes, see where it takes you, see what it shows you. Maybe it'll say something to you. Maybe it'll go places. Maybe it will bring you, you know, channeled information, or who knows, but play with it. And that's, and he's emphasizing the word play. Like, you don't need to learn this. You don't need to do anything with this. It's not a homework assignment. It's just, if it feels fun to play with the little angel heart, you can play with the angel heart and see what it shows you. Cool.